first of all, we live in this amazing community of givers. All of you here give back to this community in ways I could never even hope to imagine. And so around Christmas time, while I was on Twitter, I saw this tweet come from Cory Booker saying that he was taking the Snap Challenge, and I thought that's interesting. And I was waiting to see how many people he engaged in the community around that conversation. And I didn't see that he had done any organizing in the community around the issue. So I went back to my staff, and they get very nervous when I have an idea. And I said, I have this great idea. Why don't we gather people around, especially those of you in the nonprofit sector who see poverty each and every day. You're the front line. Teachers, you're the front line. Principals, you're the front line. You see it firsthand every day. And so we started calling people saying, do you think this would make sense? Do you think people in Montgomery County would get what we're trying to do? Because it wasn't really about us, all of us who are comfortable taking this 5-day challenge. It was about how to make ourselves uncomfortable enough to feel empathy for the people in our community who are suffering every single day trying to make ends meet. And one of the things I learned was that the vast majority of people on SNAP, and you all know, I'm talking to people who know this, that SNAP is the biggest safety net program of all in the entire nation. And it's under attack right now in Congress. And so we wanted to raise the level of consciousness about how is it that so many of our friends and neighbors in Montgomery County who go to work every single day, these are people who are using this benefit to stretch their food dollar. They're not receiving TANF benefits. They're not receiving paid benefits. The majority of them have jobs. They work 2 and 3 jobs every single day. And those of you who live in our county know that there is something called a family self-sufficiency standard, which says for a family of 4 living in Montgomery County to pay for your rent or your mortgage, transportation, food, and child care, you have to make $82,000 plus a year to live in this community. And so the more we talked about why we're doing this week, the more we started thinking about things like living wage. Why can't we provide people the kind of jobs that they can live on? We started thinking about affordable housing and how this is just the beginning of a conversation about that. What about access to affordable health care? And many of us in this room do that work in the community too. So in front of me, and we'll take this up in a little while, this SNAP challenge doesn't end tonight, it sort of begins something tonight. And so I want to just leave you with a few things that really stayed with me this week, and that was how inspired I was by the hundreds of people that took this challenge on. They did not sign up for it on the Facebook page. We've been talking to people, I've been running into people all over this community saying, my whole family took the challenge. I wanted my kids to have an opportunity to understand what it's like to struggle and not have everything provided for you. I was humbled by the outreach out there, that in your own little communities and neighborhoods and Twitter accounts and Facebook pages, big conversations were taking place. And finally, I'm just grateful that you're all here, part of this amazing community we call home, and this is just the beginning of something that we're going to continue. I want to say a great big thanks to Marie Henderson from Interfaith Works for providing us with the suit. Thank you, Marie. And if it wasn't for Marie, I wouldn't have known what to buy. So she sent us a great list and of great items that we should purchase, and she didn't tell us how to cook them. But we got through the week, and we want to say thank you. And finally, I was writing a blog post all week this week, and I ended my final post about 4 o'clock this afternoon. And there was a great quote from Ralph Nader that I wanted to just read before I sit down, and it says, "When strangers start acting like neighbors, communities are reinvigorated." And I believe that we as a community have been reinvigorated for this challenge and the challenge moving forward. So thank you all very, very much for coming out tonight.